But this is my point, right? It's not about, he wants to make it, did I call, right? The whole point was he could have asked his cleaner, he could have asked
Liberals
the
all week
cleaner
have made it
if
was,
he
did he
turned
call?
around and asked. Well, that's their argument. That's good luck, right? Now, and pretty obviously I'll support them over Albo, but I've just got my own question here, which is, again, it doesn't matter who was contacted. If he asked for it, he's in breach.
It does matter. It matters entirely.
If he asked anyone,
because
it's a breach.
The allegation...
The company is the entity.
No. The allegation's in the book.
I'm sorry. The allegation in the book makes a unsourced allegation that he called Joyce and solicited
Yeah, but
upgrades.
that's not the problem,
That's now been
Stephen.
categorically
But that's
denied.
not the problem. It's just shone a light on the problem.
Denied.
All right. Now, I want to get...
Bronwyn, as you well know, Qantas have an entire unit that deals with all of the politicians, all of their travel, etc.
Yeah, and if you ask for an upgrade, you're in the contravention of the rules as the Transport Minister. Isn't that the whole thing here, though,
No,
Stephen? Now, admittedly, we've got to go back into the Wayback Machine.
In the book,
and so if his own Transport Minister did it...
in the book...
Okay, go.
The allegation in the book was he called Alan Joyce. That's not categorically ruled out.
Okay.
And the way the system works is you phone up, and Bronwyn will back me up on this, you phone up the phone number and you make your booking, and then you... So, no...
Yeah, but hang on. But also, the Prime Minister, when asked about it yesterday, could have said no, hell no, if that's what he knew it to be. The fact that he had to double check in his memory here, Bronwyn, would suggest he had to make sure that everyone got their story straight.
Well, it's not going to go away. That's the thing.
A great bit of conspiracy theory.
Okay. Ask me, have I ever called Alan Joyce to get an upgrade in my life?
Not
Answer,
a single
no.
fact.
He did not say no. I call and all the rest of it here. All right, other stuff I want to get to. Let's talk about inflation. Reserve Bank. We are in a per capita recession. They have to cut interest rates. I know that presents some political alleged upside for the federal government. I don't think so. Stephen, we're at that moment now, but we keep hearing that the goalposts are now core inflation, not overall inflation. And let's be honest, one of the ways we're getting headlined...
Where's that in their mandate?
Well, but also, the government's
actually got a mandate that doesn't say core inflation or trim inflation. They literally are moving the goalposts because they've made mistake after mistake after mistake. They pushed them too high. They've pushed us into a per capita recession. And now, when all the statistics show that inflation has come down from 7 or 8% down to inside the target range, they go, no, the target range doesn't apply to inflation. It applies to trimmed inflation, or the new word from Angus Taylor, brilliant gentleman. He says the core inflation, without defining what core inflation is. Which is it? Is it the same as trimmed inflation?
All right, so, Bronwyn, before we get to Megyn
call.
Kelly, and I talked for too long tonight, so I apologise. But, name's on the door. It's one of the joys when you're the chef and making the pizzas. Give us an idea here, Bronwyn. What do you think hurts more, the comedian talking about Puerto Rico or the president talking about Trump's supporters?
Well, I think there's an additional factor in there, and it's called Bad Bunny.
Yes.
And Bad Bunny has a following of 45 million people.
Correct.
He's Puerto Rican, hugely popular.
300,000 Puerto Ricans in Pennsylvania.
Correct. And he got his message out within minutes of that comedian making that statement.
Yep.
So I think the fact that Biden stuffed up this afternoon does counter that. But it was still a madness to have a comedian on that show.
Let alone an insult comedian who, again, I don't dislike much of his gear. I wouldn't have put him where they put him, though. We'll talk again next week. When I'm in the States, you're here, and we're all looking forward to the result. Thank you very much, guys.